There you are. Wow, you're in a dark room.
Yeah, it's my room. Keep it dark.
Okay,
You got to mute him.
I got to mute you, but that's okay.
Mute him on the.
This is the first time.
Zoom.
Sounds perfect now. Andrew, what you up to?
Just hanging out, promoting my special and stuff. I'm about to pass 4,000 YouTube subscribers, which is the threshold where they start letting you host boxing matches. So that's very exciting. Gonna fight Jake Paul next week.
Now, wait a minute. Do they pay you, YouTube, something?
Yes, I've made about $300 in advertising on my special for about 50,000, 60,000 views. So
This
it's
is like
real
Spotify. Good. You get 1 million views, they send you 10 cents. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's a great, but without them, I wouldn't be anywhere. So I just owe it all to them.
Right. Yes. That should be their motto to musicians. It's better than panhandling.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Keeping you in ramen noodles.
Yeah, and it's not like you can tour or anything right now, so it's a good revenue stream, and yeah.
Well, and the whole world is changing, isn't it? I mean, you were already on this. You had cut out the middleman, and you were booking theaters to do your own comedy shows. And there was no agent. You would book the show, you would market it on Facebook, and you would show up, and there'd be 300 people there, right?
Yeah, I mean, if there was money for an agent, I'm sure they would have been interested, but the profit margins are still a little slim. But yeah, I mean, I just looked ahead and I saw that comedy clubs weren't booking me anymore, so I wisely decided, out of necessity, to start booking my own tour. I basically found that if I go to cities that don't have any other options, that they would come see me if I advertised.
That's a good idea.
It's called the Eagles cover band tour.
Yeah. I like that.
I would sell 100 tickets in Bellingham because the Eagles aren't coming to Bellingham. That's the whole point of that.
But if you went to a city where the Eagles were playing, in other words, a huge comic, that might not go as well. Yeah.
I mean, when I sold, I think I sold like 40 tickets in Dallas and San Antonio and stuff like that, which is still okay, but it's not enough to justify it. But you live and you learn. It's all good.
Well, you also did something not a lot of comics do. You went out and toured during the pandemic because A, you needed to eat, B, you're young, you're not high risk. In fact, I saw something interesting today. There's a story about the Trump administration that emails reveal that their plan was herd immunity and they wanted you to work. Did you see that?
Yeah. I just, whenever you think of what they wanted to do, just think of the evilest plan that you can come up with.
And that's probably it, yeah.
They still have like a bunch of vaccine in storage because they won't tell them where to ship it. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, pretty
What's
nutty.
funny is I would think if he hadn't been inept the whole 4 years, you would think it was like a plan to mess with Biden's new term, but it's like, no, even if he was reelected, they would still suck at rolling this vaccine out. So,
now, do you feel guilty at all for touring during the pandemic?
A little bit. I mean, I wonder, I don't know if I'm just being paranoid. I know that's like a side effect of the CBD treatment I'm on lately, but I do worry that as we wrap up, I wonder if there's going to be backlash from touring. Because I was talking to a friend and we were catching up, and he said that I hate that I have to suffer because I'm actually taking this seriously. And I was like, "Whoa, is that at me?"
That was. Oh, yeah.
I just wonder if there's going to be backlash someday. They're going to tear me down like I'm a racist statue in 50 years. They're going to be like, "How could you perform while there's a pandemic?" I'm like, "It was a different time. You don't understand."
That's true, man.
And I certainly empathize with their point of view. To me, I took a chance. Life is about chances.
Yeah, big chance.
Yeah, I mean, I took a chance 10 years ago living in a Toyota Corolla when everyone else got a day job.
That'll do it.
But
was
you
it
guys
a great
know that
idea?
story, by the
No.
way? Do you know that Andrew basically set up his Toyota Corolla as his hotel room?
That's how you get into comedy.
Drove
Pretty
to comedy
nutty.
gigs all over the country through sleet and snow and tornadoes. It didn't matter.
Right.
It worked.
Great idea. No. I mean, yeah, well, Was long-term side effects? You bet. You know, a lot of similarities. But
A chuckle
the way I
chaser.
see it is, yeah. The way I see it is like, I think the shows were going to happen with or without me. So why not do it myself and do it safer than the average person would, thereby saving lives? I'm actually a hero when you think about it, you know? I put myself at risk.
And a spinner.
Yeah. And look, if I lose a leg or whatever, then there's my gimmick to get on America's Got Talent. So it was a no-lose situation.
There's a gig for you in Newsmax too with that kind of spin.
Speaking of